Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. Today I want to talk to you guys about the ANBF, the American Natural Bodybuilders Federation. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Alright, I've talked a lot to you guys lately about the cheating in natural bodybuilding. But I want to make something perfectly clear, because some people are thinking that I'm making accusations of people or doing it in a negative connotation. And if you look at the word accuse, it actually means that you are saying that someone is guilty of wrongdoing. I don't see anabolic steroids or performance enhancing drugs as morally or ethically wrong in any shape, form, or fashion. So it's something people are forgetting there. Now, I might be accusing guys of lying, but I'm not accusing them of using drugs. There's a big difference. Because I don't have a problem with the drugs. And I am actually very, very pro performance enhancements in very serious sports. And I don't just mean drugs, I'm talking the whole concept of transhumanism, which means finding ways to make yourself more than human so that you can be the best of the best. And it's been drugs for a long time. Going all the way back to ancient Greece, they talked about using magic potions for their athletes to make them stronger or faster, and eating huge amounts of bull testicles or the hearts of bears or whatever thing that they thought that they could consume to give them a performance edge or to put into their body. And athletes, even in the 1800s, were caught all the time. It was huge, using amphetamines and things for endurance events. And we know that pretty much from the 1950s on, the Olympics have been using steroids, and it's well documented, it's well known. It's pretty much, we haven't had clean Olympians since the late 1950s. And that's when all the countries basically got on board. And all started their own drug programs. It's all out there, it's easy to find, easy to research. I'm not going to get into that. It is simply a part of sports, and drugs are just one step. Next point, because again, as you're talking about transhumanism here, we're going to have gene therapy, we're going to have implants, we're going to have all sorts of stuff in the next 20 years as far as athletes that are going to take them to that next edge. And I am very much for this. No matter what the rules say, people are going to do it. And you can't stop them from doing it, because they will always be a step ahead. There are enough doctors and other people interested in helping these athletes that they're always going to be a step ahead of the people trying to stop them from doing it. And as true athletes, they should do everything that they can to be the best, and I applaud them. Now, that aside, there is this growing trend of federations in amateur level sports. I mean, we're talking bodybuilding, powerlifting, things like this. These are not big money sports for the most part, other than sponsorships and maybe top level bodybuilding. These are not real money in these sports. And there is this growing trend of there being, since we already have federations where people can use everything that they want, and they are the bigger federations, whether it's bodybuilding or powerlifting or anything like that, we've got the people who they're going to use whatever they want. And there are people who have made the choice that they want to stay basically normal humans. And that's fine. If that's what they want to do, that is entirely their business, and that's a choice that they've made. And I don't look down upon that. In fact, I applaud their efforts to do so. The problem is that we have people who are crossing over there. People who realize they're either not going to win as well as they want or make the money that they want using the drugs on an even playing field, because they generally don't have the genetics. Or they don't want to use the amount of drugs it will take to win. They want to use lesser amounts and spend less money, less risk to their health. So they choose to cheat in these drug-tested federations. And you do not have the infrastructure in place to actually stop them for the most part. Most of these tested federations, it's basically like finding a needle in a haystack, their chance of actually catching somebody. This bullshit of testing someone at the event, you would have to be a brain-dead fucking moron to fail a drug test that you know is coming months ahead of time. So all you're basically do is testing to see if they're mentally handicapped or not. That's all you're testing. So I've been chatting with my friend Mark Lobliner about the federation that he is promoting, and it's the ANBF. And I really started inquiring with him about what the drug testing is going to be, and he has told me that what they are doing is that there's going to be off-season drug testing. And as someone who has worked with off-season athletes a bit, I can tell you I could get people past those tests. But off-season random testing raises the financial price tag to cheat. It makes it more expensive. They're going to have to spend 2 to 3 times as much money on drugs as they would have in an untested federation, or if they were just trying to pass a test at the day of the show. And it's a lot more annoying, and it's a lot more hassle in their day-to-day life, because they're going to have to do a lot more work in terms of injecting. It's going to be oftentimes more painful injections, more frequent injections. Things like injecting water-based injectables into your muscles every 12 hours for months on end, instead of going and taking a once or twice a week shot to get the same result. So they're going to have a lot of annoyance factors in their life. So it really is going to make it harder for them to cheat. And I got to applaud this federation for their efforts on that. And actually, Mark has told me that anybody who gets a pro card, they're not getting a random off-season test, they're getting tested. That if you have a pro card, you're going to get tested in the off-season every single year, period. But it's going to be on a random day. And they don't give them misses. When you're in the Olympics, they give you 3 misses for your random off-season test before they suspend you. You're allowed to miss 3 of those tests. And he's saying in their federation, if you miss a single test, it's an automatic suspension. So I got to say, is this going to cut out all the cheating? No, but it's going to make it very, very hard and very annoying for people to cheat. And again, I have to applaud their efforts. This is the type of direction that you need to go if you really and truly want to have drug-free federations. This is the type of route that you need to go. So these guys are really going in the right direction. If they really want to clean up natural bodybuilding, I would say that the people who are doing the drug testing and putting forward these ideas for this federation are going in the right direction. They're going to have a much, much cleaner federation than most of the other ones that are out there in terms of actual true naturals versus drug users on the stage. So if that's your goal, that's what you need to do. Do what they're doing. The people running the ANBF, good job, guys. I wish you the best of luck, and I think that if you guys really want to promote a natural federation, that your route of doing this random off-season testing where every guy with a pro card gets tested, and if they miss a test, they're suspended, that's the way to do it. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you next time.